Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your Divine Masculine. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Tiger Iron Heart. Group 2 is the Clear Quartz Heart. And Group 3 is the Snowflake Obsidian Heart. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Tiger Iron Heart. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your Divine Masculine, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, the Star, the Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, Death, and the Nine of Wands. There is a passion inside of me that is impossible to extinguish. And when I think about the future and the idea of us linking our lives together in a permanent way, it gives me the strength and motivation to push through the challenges I am currently faced with. I am doing my best to confront the dark corners within my soul so that I become more fully aware of who I am as a person, my shortcomings, and also my greatest potential, so that I am able to deliver forth to you a version of myself that has left no stone unturned in the preparations that have been taking place behind the scenes to become that best version of myself in a present tense, so that together we can continue to evolve in whatever that manifestation may look like for me and its equivalent for you throughout the years to come. You are somebody that is hard to forget, and there have been many times that I have attempted to distract myself with doubts and confusion, telling myself that this connection, although intense and compelling, required too much heavy lifting on my part, and that no matter how hard I tried, I would never quite be good enough for what it is that you were deserving of and looking for. And yet your light seems to find me in the darkest corners of my soul and illuminates for me that there is hope to press forth and to even sit with myself in these moments of discomfort until I am able to again rise to the occasion, to hold my head high and be everything that I can, even as that is both a work in progress and simultaneously a masterpiece. I feel so supported by you even from a distance, and it helps me to continue to trudge through the difficult aspects of my day and to celebrate the small victories and the occasions where I have gained a greater perspective on myself and my current circumstances, as well as being able to look back and see just how far I have come in my life overall from that crucial meeting point when we first intersected paths with one another to this present version of myself that I have stepped into, that I can proudly say I would not trade for anything in the world, because were it not for you and the tumbling everything which has happened, out of the life where I was sleepwalking into a place where I am so pleasantly and yet apparently aware that there is the ability to have more meaning and value compared to how I was living before. I do not know where I would be without you, and I do know that you are somebody that I need to have by my side. I want to impress you, not with false promises and to get your hopes up only to let you down, but I want to make sure that I have summoned all of the power and potential inside of me so that whatever trail we may next blaze together is something that is mutually satisfying for the two of us in all ways. You help me to see my life and the circumstances which have led to this particular moment in time from a different perspective, rather than a pessimistic view of everything that has happened before. I am starting to see how even the broken bits of my past are stepping stones that have laid a very particular path to this place of opportunity where I now have the ability to change the trajectory of my future into a better direction. I feel you in the quiet stillness of the night. You come to me so often, and it is a comfort in this hour to have your energy wrapped so closely around me. I have given up the distractions that at one point in time kept me searching outside of myself for something to fill a void space within, and I have settled into a place of learning to accept all that I am, all that feels right and in its proper place, and also the aspects of myself that I am starting to get to know for the first time ever. I want to match the efforts that you have been investing in uncovering the more difficult parts of your past and the facets of your character that are difficult to discern and to explain, and to sit with these shadows until they become friends. And so far, endeavoring things in a very unique way that I think you would be interested to learn about and would be proud of the results has yielded a level of certainty and confidence inside of me that I did not have prior to beginning this path of shadow work that I am on. And this is all thanks to the glaring reality that I needed to make a change in my life if I hoped to be a part of your future and not somebody who was locked as a past character in a life that you have long since outgrown and stepped out of. Thank you for being patient with me as I go through this process of metamorphosis at my own pace. I hate that I have kept you waiting this long, but I am learning to trust that everything has happened for a reason. I hope that you can feel me so close to you now as I am thinking of you in this very moment. Thank you for being the fondest of memories amidst so many things which truly lacked meaning that is in my personal history, which I have unshouldered as a burden that I had habitually carried around with me, but no longer require the senseless looking back upon for meaning and value. Thank you for being the person that I most look forward to encountering again further down the road, and for being the one that rings out a constancy of faith from within you that registers so definitively from your heart to mine across distance, space, and time. So, those are your messages. Let's see what else your Divine Masculine wants you to know. Okay, we have you changed my whole direction. I am still moved by you. Be patient with me, please. I remember everything you said. What we have is soul recognition. I want your attention. Your words speak to me like no others can. And the changes are real. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name for you or your Divine Masculine, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got K, S, B, V M C I X L M J H P D G E and O. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the clear quartz heart. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your divine masculine. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Four of Swords. I am haunted what might have been between the two of us. And it has been a difficult process of prying the bulk of my attention on a focus upon circumstances that have now passed and therefore are out of my ability and power to change, and instead be able to look at the raw material of the present moment, to ask myself very honestly what I need to do in order to generate a true and real second chance with you. There have been many things that have changed within my life and my perspective on who I am and my purpose in general since we have last been in contact with one another. There have been many occasions where I have felt a sudden surge of interest in you and have felt compelled to reach out after research, and keeping tabs on you constantly had led to a space of getting ready to break the silence between the two of us so that the next chapter in our tale might begin. But something has always held me back, as it has felt necessary to give you space to properly heal, not just what has happened between the two of us, but other things that I sensed as an undercurrent within you, that I feel the heartbreak between the two of us has cracked you open to exploring on a deep and personal level. I both hate the fact that I was the one that generated such pain inside of you, that it has sent you on an odyssey of self-discovery, and yet there is a part of me that feels this was a very necessary aspect within our soul contract with one another, that it required somebody who at the root of it all has only ever had a deep and powerful love for you, to be the one to have the key to unlock the chamber of the things that you are holding so deeply within in a space of anguish, which is the same space where the medicine that you are currently alchemizing exists as well. I want to see you healthy and happy, thriving and living your best life. And I hope so much that I am the person who can redeem themselves and become a part of that story moving forward. I have looked around at my actions in the past, and I know that I hold the bulk of the responsibility and am in many ways fully to blame for what has transpired between the two of us. I was operating out of a wounded place. All I knew how to give was hurt in that chapter of my life. And yet I know that this is no excuse for the ways in which I took the love that you had to offer for granted. And so it is my determination to create apology for you, not just in the form of words and gestures, but actual action in my own life to create a different version of my day-to-day reality that might be a more suitable place for viable seeds of potential, which I hope still exists between the two of us, to be cracked open and given the chance to truly blossom into something that creates a garden we are able to both enjoy and feel safe within, to love and experience life side by side. I have been waiting for the right moment to tell you some things that have been on my mind and deep within my heart for quite some time. I was not honest with you before, and I chose fear and the path of ego as the route which determined a split between the two of us. I am now well aware that my heart and my soul were muted, and that the interests of who I truly am as a person in all the ways that matter were not served or acknowledged or adhered to. And there has been a hefty price for me to pay in the recognition in hindsight that I made the wrong choice in my life and as far as the circumstance with you is concerned. I am tired of carrying the weight of pretending that I am okay without you. It is getting harder and harder to feed energy into the mask that was so carefully constructed that allowed others to believe for quite some time that I didn't give a second thought to you. Now I have let that mask slip away to the point where it is barely visible. I don't care who understands the fact that there is a deep and profound love that I hold inside of me for you. I am starting to speak more openly about you and our connection to people in my life that have proven themselves trustworthy and who have my best interests at heart. I am surprised by the level of encouragement I have received by people who are closest to me that suggest it is in my best interest to continue to do whatever it is that I need to do in order to redeem myself and move to a place of forgiveness for what has taken place in the past within, so that I am able to offer you something real and true, should you be generous of heart enough to open the door to me once more. I am hopeful that we are able to remedy our differences with one another, to pick up where we left off and continue forth in a better direction than I think either of us was capable of reaching for and sustaining in the past. Though it is no excuse that we have both had the opportunity to become better people, it does feel that if things had continued to move in a linear fashion between the two of us, that it might have stunted our growth as individuals, or we could have just ended up hurting each other and things would have fallen apart inevitably anyway. I want to bring forth love that is a representation of light and beauty to you when I next step forth out of the shadows. I am not prolonging the inevitable. I am instead being meticulous in the ways in which I steady the shakiness within myself so that I am able to speak my truth openly and honestly to you. I am overwhelmed by the impact that you've had upon my life and who I am as a person, and I don't want to deprive you of any of the rich details of how you have changed my life for the better. I want to be able to provide you a better experience of love than I was capable of giving before and that I know that you have had at any other point in your life. I want to be the person that not only helps to ease the heartbreak that you carry around, but also helps to transform your ideas of the lengths one is willing to go to fight for and to preserve the beauty of the truth of the kind of love that we share still with one another. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. Okay, and we have, I don't want to let you down. I regret how I handled things before. Your words speak to me like no others can. I can't walk away. You changed my whole direction. No one else matters now. I just need more time. And suddenly all the songs I hear are about you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your divine masculine, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got B, E, G, M, Q, P, X, G, R, C, F, V, Z, Y, A, U, O, and J. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Snowflake Obsidian. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your divine masculine. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, Justice, Four of Cups, Death, Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. You have reshaped my entire perspective on love. I never knew that there was a softness inside of me that could be appreciated, that space could be held for me to go through a process of unfolding into a different and yet more true version of who I am. Because I am someone who has always been expected to be the strong one, to hold the fort down while others were out exploring and pursuing their own goals and dreams. I had been taught that the demonstration of love was best displayed by keeping my feelings hidden and quiet inside, that stoicism was the preferred path, that I needed to be strong and silent for the benefit of others. But you have allowed me to recognize the validity within the full spectrum and range of emotions that I am capable of, both the bright feelings that I had stifled and stuffed down, and the more difficult and dark expressions of my soul that have always been a struggle for me to reconcile inside of myself. I feel that I am becoming a better person by virtue of the fact of spending even just fragments of time within your energy. You have showed me a very unique way in order to attain and maintain balance within oneself. And the ways in which I had previously judged aspects of myself as right or wrong has given way to a gray area where there is space and compassion for both the easy and difficult parts of the manifestations of who I truly am inside. I have eyes for no other. I am fixated upon you with a determination to continue to open my mind further to the different aspects and dimensions that can encompass this strange and beautiful connection between the two of us. At times I am speechless, watching you move through the world as your most authentic self, and it encourages me to pattern my life accordingly, to strip bare all of the masks and covering that had hidden the best of me away for appearance's sake, to allow myself to be seen and known for more and more of who I truly am inside, regardless of what others think. Because even if I am judged or misunderstood, I know that I will find even silent understanding in the sanctuary of your arms and of your energy. I am preparing myself to take our relationship to the next level. I don't want to miss out on the opportunity to have something more beautiful than what already exists between the two of us. At times I become so nervous that I feel myself cloistered deep within the essence of my own overactive mind. I hope you will forgive me for the times where I seem to go frozen and silent. This is not a demonstration of me seeking an exit plan to run far away from you, but it is instead me stilling myself into a place of recognition and belief that you truly are my dream come true. You are here now with me in this realm and space of time, and that the door is wide open for me to take a bold step forward in order to solidify what we have with one another out of the liminal space of possibility into the realm of certainty. I know that there is a truth which hangs heavy between the two of us that will be liberating for each of us once I am the first one to speak upon such things. I know that there are words you have been waiting to hear for quite some time, and I am eager and anxious to say them out loud so that they become material fact and our life together is able to blossom in miraculous ways from there. Thank you for showing me that love is a patient thing and for not pressuring me to be anyone other than who I am in varying degrees at every moment in time. You have completely changed the paradigm of what I had expected the nature of partnership to be like once it unfolded in a lasting and true way. You have outshined even what I had thought was the greatest loves of my life prior to encountering you, and there is still so much to explore between the two of us that I can't even fathom the depths of love to which I will not descend but will be able to rise up into and through, thanks to allowing myself to openly and honestly receive and reciprocate the type of love you have to offer, which is something so refreshing and yet familiar to me on a deep core level. From the moment we first encountered one another, you jolted forth a layer of recognition inside of me. It was as if something dormant came online, and I became focused and fixated upon the exploration of what the nature of this electricity is that surges between us, even from afar. I am now in a place of having many answers and being okay with the volume of questions that still exist. I know that I don't want to let the opportunity which is presently here slip between my fingers, and I don't want to risk losing you forever. So I am willing to take steps forward despite all that is unknown between us, because I want something more than we have had the pleasure of being able to enjoy with one another up to this point in time. I know that you will understand my motivations for taking the long way home to you and into the next level of our life together once I speak upon these things clearly. I want to put any doubts you have in your mind to rest, and I want you to know that I'm not going anywhere. I am invested fully, whatever comes our way in the future, because you are the person who has changed me for the better. You have helped me to become a more reasonable and yet adventurous version of myself. Nothing seems to make sense in terms of life from the lens of love when looked in a forward direction if you are a missing piece in that equation. And so I will do everything in my power to convince you that even if we must continue to take a slow route towards that ultimate place of union, that I am deeply invested in walking that path very carefully and consistently with you, hand in hand, from now until the end of time. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. Okay, and we have I want a future with you. The changes are real. I remember everything you said. You are hard to forget. I'm working on myself. I'm overcoming my fears. I thought about reaching out, but I don't know what to say. And wait for me. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your divine masculine, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got V, V, G, S, Z, Q, F, C, H, A, D, R, C, G, Y, and I. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.